Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're down in Chicago, Illinois, looking for jumbo perch.
Hey, John Gillespie!
This is phenomenal. Big butt.
He's the fishing man, fishing man, it's Tommy Killian!
That's a code.
Yes, folks, I've been doing this show for 26 years, and this is the very, very first time that I have done a show off of Chicago, Illinois. We're with Captain Caleb Zorn, and Caleb, you guide Lake Michigan all the way from Chicago to Door County, and it's the middle of March, and we're after perch, huh?
Yeah, right now we're chasing the perch back here in these inlets and the little river tails and stuff and little marinas. We're getting pretty good numbers of perch, and what I'll do is when the perch start to push out with the water warming up, we get them on the mud flats. That's when we get the real big ones. But right now, hopefully, we get a bunch of the males.
Well, kind of an interesting morning. We got our buddy Gunter with us, and we took off. We had a pretty far boat ride over here. But take a look at these rods for the middle of March, man. It is pretty cold out here, and the perch will still bite if we can get the lines down to them.
Yep, they'll bite. They'll be biting.
All right, boy, that's a lot of ice build up there, man. We'll catch some perch, right?
Definitely.
Maybe some trout too?
Yeah.
Hey,
yep.
Cool. Hey, folks, so show what we're using and how we're using it, and all that coming up right after this. Hey folks, here's some really big news. Right now, Evinrude has the best protection in the outboard industry with a 10-year transferable, factory-backed, and non-declining coverage package. But you gotta hurry, folks, because this offer ends March 31st. See your local Evinrude dealer or go to evinrude.com.
The future of boating is here. Easy to own and fun to drive. The Evinrude E-Tech G2. Now from 150 to 300 horsepower.
And it was just so easy to drive, not having to worry about the trim. I could just gas it and go, and that's where I fell in love with the engine.
I could drive my boat literally with one finger.
And for the first time ever, Evinrude is offering an unheard of 10 years of coverage on all engines and accessories.
I love my G2.
Offer ends March 31st. For details, visit evinrude.com.
Get huge savings now on bird feed at Mills Fleet Farm. Wild bird, sunflower, birders blend, wild finch, and more. These sale prices won't last long, so stock up. Make yard work a breeze with a powerful Works cordless trimmer sweeper combo kit, $109.95. The Big Max Woodside utility trailer is ready for all sorts of chores, just $599.99. And Mills Fleet Farm's sports show is April 7th and 8th. Get free tickets at Mills Fleet Farm.
Love it. Hey folks, Yamaha and Mills Fleet Farm have teamed up to give away a brand new Kodiak 700. The Kodiak 700 is an awesome machine with an unbeatable mix of performance, workability, and real-world value, starting at only $69.99. Folks, there's 3 ways to enter. You can enter at any Mills Fleet Farm, you can enter online at GillespieFishing.com, or you can text to enter at 797979. You can win the Kodiak 700 with its class-leading power and durability, and by the way, it's assembled right here in the USA. Well, welcome back, folks. We're perch fishing off of Chicago, but I don't think that's a perch, Caleb.
No way, John.
Look at that.
Oh, nice lake trout.
That is a nice lake trout. And they're obviously down here with the same areas where the perch are, Caleb?
Yeah, the lake trout and the perch are all around these tributaries, and they're definitely putting the feed bag on right before the big spawn here.
Oh, that's interesting. Is lake trout open down here?
Yeah, Illinois doesn't have a game season, so lake trout's always open.
And if you're going to eat one, that's the perfect size.
Yeah,
right there.
I would say that's the perfect size to keep for a lake trout, John.
But again, they're right around where the perch should be too.
Yeah, they're eating the same thing, the same lake shiners and gobies.
Hey, here we go on the vibrato. This doesn't feel like a perch either. Here he comes. Look at that, a smallmouth bassarino. I thought we were here perch fishing, Caleb.
We're looking for them. We're trying.
No, but that is interesting. The Chicago Harbor having lake trout and smallmouth bass too, huh?
Got a little bit of everything in here.
Yeah, so you're just really kind of taking the recon and going slow with the Minn Kota and trying to find a school of
fish.
fish.
I'm really watching the graph too to see if we can't mark little pods of bait with the perch underneath them, and that's all we're doing is going around the shoreline looking for the perch.
Hey, here we go. Gunther's got something on back here, Caleb. Let's see what we got, buddy. Ooh, look at the size of that
Oh,
perch.
yeah.
Now, lip them if you can. That's the best way to show the folks at home how big those are.
Good.
Yeah.
And is that above average, Caleb?
I would say so, John. I would put them just about average for this time of the year. We do see them bigger. You know, this is probably a 12-inch perch, but we'll start to see them, you know, pushing the 13,
lip them, like I say, and
14
hold
inch
them out.
mark.
I mean, that's a real nice fish. And that was on a Castmaster.
Yeah, yep, minnow head.
Golden Castmaster quarter ounce.
All right, guys, that's a start. Gunter again in the back there, man. That Castmaster's working good. Ooh, here he comes. You know, for being in Chicago, look at how clear that water is. That's another nice perch right there, Gunts. Okay, we'll do the old lift in, and boy, that's a beauty right there, man. And Caleb, you've eaten these fish down here. They're pretty
Phenomenal, yes.
Are they really that good?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and that right there is what, about a 9-inch fish?
I'd put it closer to 10, 10 and a half, yeah.
Now, do the
definitely.
females get a belly on them down here?
Oh yeah, the females get a big belly, and later, as the weeks go on, the water starts to warm up. A lot of these fish will start to push out of these little harbors and push out to the mud flats where they do their spawning. That's where you can really get on the big females.
Hey, here we go, and here he comes. Now that is not a big perch, folks, but that is the eater size right there. That's about a 7-incher, and the thing is finding these fish, and Caleb said once you find them, they bite, and I'll tell you that one did. And that's a good one for the frying pan, actually. Well, we couldn't get the perch to bite, or just caught a few of them, so we came out to the gap here off of Chicago to try for some trout, and I got one on here. And I'll tell you what, that feels like a pretty good fish, guys. What do you think it is, Caleb?
Well, John, with all those marks that I was looking at earlier, I'd have to say they were lake trout.
Well, I do not have my Frable. It's in the back of my truck. Look at the size of this thing, you guys. Holy moly, it's a giant lake trout. It's a giant lake trout. Oh, buddy, he's not hooked that well either.
No.
Okay, man. How are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do it, Caleb?
Come here.
The Frable's in the truck. Can you get him, buddy? Oh, nice job, Caleb. That's the way to land a big old laker there, pal.
There we go.
Look at the size of that fish. Isn't that gorgeous, buddy?
Yeah, John, not too much color come out of that pale water here.
Now, that's the neat thing about what you do down here, is you can try for the perch for a while and switch over to the trout, huh?
Right, you can transition gears quite a bit, you know, and the weather's worked well with us today.
Caleb, you got one on now, buddy?
Yeah, John, I just pitched it out there, man. I hit bottom, and that fish just cracked it. Whatever. I got a feeling it's another lake trout.
Well, this is going to be interesting because I don't know how to land these things without a Frable.
I think Gunter's got it.
Gunter's going to have to get it. Well, let me see your face there, man. There you go. That looks like a 12-pounder, man. That looks like a big fish. All right, it's all up to the big Gunt now. Let's see how he does here. All right, Gunter, you're gonna have to get him, buddy. It is a beautiful fish. You're giving up on Gunter, you're gonna do it yourself, Caleb. Not only hook the fish, but land. Oh, is that gorgeous? That is a beautiful fish, buddy. And as soon as that lure hit the bottom, it smacked it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, will they school up this time of year?
Yeah, John, I mean, it's been no more than 10 minutes since you just got the last one. We went right back to the same area. That was the first pass there.
Hold them out. I mean, that's really a pretty fish. And again, that's about 8-10 pounds, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, look bigger down there at first sight.
Oh, they did look cool in the water. And this lake trout fishing will stay good with the perch all the way up?
Until the water starts to warm up.
Yeah.
The beginning of June.
Folks, for these lake trout, any kind of a flashy bait like a vibrato, a Castmaster will work. And what you're doing with the Recon here is trying to keep us vertical, right?
Right,
Caleb?
for the most part, yeah, John. I'm just trying to keep us up and down, and I got you and Gunter bouncing the baits out, and I'm flipping it off to the side. And we're covering a lot of water doing that right now.
Okay, but the most important thing with these lake trout, folks, is to stay on the bottom, right?
Right, you want to be within a foot. I mean, you do want some real big high rips for them. You know, you get that jig 3-4 feet off the bottom,
right,
and let it free fall back to the bottom. I'd say 70% of your bites are going to come when it's free falling.
Now we'll go back to the perch, folks, because that's the real story down here. Whoa, no, there's a fish. Holy moly, there's a fish, folks. I was going to say we're going to go back to the perch, but when you got lake trout biting like this, man, it's pretty hard to leave the spot. Holy cow, he ripped that, man. And again, darn it all, our Frable is sitting in the back of my truck. That was a cool hit, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, look at him bury me. Whoa, 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 look at that. Holy cow. There we go, buddy. Oh, look at this guy, man. Now we're gonna have another grab here. Sorry about that, folks. That's so silly to forget the net. He's all wrapped up in the line. That might help you a little bit, Caleb. Nice
there
job,
we go.
buddy. Come on up here, pal. Holy cow. Just talking about the vertical jigging, I'll tell you, these fish are stacked up out here. We've only been doing this for what? 15
minutes, yeah.
Look at how he's got that vibrato right in the mouth there, huh?
Definitely.
Yeah. Now, we'll get back to the perch, but I mean, how can you leave this right now?
I know, we had to come try it. I kind of had a feeling they were here, and sure enough, I mean, we've been here, like you said, 15 minutes and got 3 of them.
Yeah, and that's, again, just that vertical jigging, folks, working and staying on the bottom like that, and hold them out one more time. I mean, that's a
beautiful fish,
That's number
John.
3 in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Keep
fun,
it rolling.
man. You got another one on there, buddy?
Yeah, John, same thing. I mean, I just ripped it up on the fall, man. I just felt a dead stop, and I knew that wasn't bottom.
I mean, this is fast fishing, man, you know?
It really is.
It's faster than the perch were earlier.
That's true.
But we're gonna find those perch later. But man, this is so cool.
It really is. I mean, the view that we have here and the bite's phenomenal.
Yeah. Now, again, no Frable. So
and this fish feels really big. I mean, it's not come off the bottom yet.
Well, maybe since you're better at grabbing them than Gunt is, maybe you should have Gunt the rod when he gets close and you grab him. What do you think?
We'll try it.
They're like sharks, man. They are like sharks. Okay, give Gunt the rod. Okay, now watch, folks. This is really an art. Catching a lake trout without a Frable, you know? Especially one that's green like that.
Oh, yeah.
And is he hooked very well?
Yeah, John, I can see 2 of them hooks right in the corner.
Okay, cool, buddy. You just grab them by what? Because they are slippery.
Either the tail or the gill.
Okay. Jeez. Nice job, buddy.
There we go.
I'll tell you what. If we fish tomorrow, we're definitely putting that Frabes in here, buddy.
Yeah, you got that right.
Yeah, hold him up again. That's another beauty. That's number 4, folks, in a half hour. That is amazing. We are fishing Lake Michigan out of Chicago, a 1.5 hour drive from Milwaukee, 0 hours from Chicago, and 6.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Get the most protection for your vehicles and toys and the most bang for your buck with the AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program. Join today and receive up to 25% savings on AMSOIL products, exclusive product and shipping promotions, free AMSOIL gear, points on all purchases, referral rewards. Register today and take advantage of all the benefits offered by the AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program. Visit amsoil.com/PC.
The new Acme Rattlemaster has a built-in echo chamber with a brass rattle that calls fish in. The body's solid brass too and won't bend or dull, and reflects fish attracting light all over the water column. This 1-2 punch of sight and sound means you make less casts, because the fish come to you. Rip it or shake it for crappie, walleye, northern salmon, or trout, and experience multi-species action with just one bait.
Folks, when I head out to fish, I always stock up on my favorite Baitmate fish attractants. Dale, I just put that Baitmate on, man. Baitmate offers a complete line of fish attractants and convenient spray bottles for every angler and every species of fish. They've got your bait covered. I also have the newest Baitmate delivery system in my boat, Baitmate Ultra Live Game Fish Dip. Simply flip open the lid and dip your bait for even application every time, and it's ideal for frequent casting. I just dipped that in the Baitmate, you know that? Improve your chances of catching fish with Baitmate fish attractants. It just makes sense. Folks, I am really excited about this new Johnsonville product. We have flame grilled chicken breasts. No hormones in this meat, folks. It's never been frozen. This is really high quality stuff.
Absolutely, John. They're hand-trimmed chicken breasts, fully seasoned, ready to go. Put them in the microwave for 1 minute and there's your dinner.
Healthiest treat I've ever seen, and they come in individual packages, so you open one package and put it in for 30 seconds?
Exactly. Vent it, cook it in its individual packages, and there it's marinating and getting all the delicious juices.
Is that good? So moist and tender.
Yeah, they are. And Tom, you can also eat those cold in a salad or a sandwich.
Absolutely. They're great warm or cold.
Johnsonville?
Flame grilled chicken.
Coming to a grocery store near you quite soon.
Oh, got another one on here, buddy. I'll tell you what, this is cool. This is on a Killian's Jerko, believe it or not. And I'll show you when I get this fish in, if I get this fish in, folks, how cool this is, man. Wow, that fish is staying down. Look at that Fenwick bending. Look at that. I'll tell you what, these Abu Garcia reels, these drag systems, Caleb, are wonderful, aren't they?
Especially in the cold weather, John. I mean,
yeah.
They're really holding up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, can you grab them? Oh, wow. You need me to pull more? Are you okay?
We're almost there.
Okay, man. Okay. Wow, that is cool. Boy, they are tough, folks. Again, that Fravel net being in the truck doesn't help us.
No.
Much. But I gotta show you folks, using that white Killian's Jerko on a jig head, and look at where that is, man. Boy, did he hit that
thing
just
yeah.
Good, man. And once you get that off, I'll show folks the system we're doing with that Killian's thing. But yeah, he wanted that, didn't he?
Right.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Just bouncing it off the bottom, folks, lifting up about 3-4 feet, letting it drop, and that is the bait right there. And that white color you love, don't you, on Lake Michigan?
Especially on Lake Michigan,
yeah, hold
definitely.
that fish up near the bait there. I know your hands are cold, but that's amazing. And you know, when you've been doing guide trips the last couple of weeks, you guys have been average 20, 30 fish a day, haven't you? Brown trout and Lakers.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of fish, buddy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's a gorgeous fish right there, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful lake trout, John.
Couple of things to talk about, folks, when you're out here on Lake Michigan that's really important is good line. And I've been running 20-pound Smackdown, which is a super line for my main line. But you got zebra mussels in here, and this is a Braze X fluorocarbon 10-pound test. You need a strong fluorocarbon leader down here because of several things, zebra mussels included.
A lot of big boulders down here, John.
But you got to watch every time you catch a fish for nicks in your line, because the zebra mussels will tear it up when you're using the fish in the bottom.
Oh, definitely. And even those big lake trout, I mean, they really nick up that line, but you always got to retie, you know, every couple fish. So,
I mean, to me, this is really interesting, you know, and you and I talked about it for several weeks, coming down here and doing the perch. And we'll come back and do the perch. I think we need a little bit warmer weather before those females to start going good. But this lake trout fishing is phenomenal, isn't it?
It really is, John. And like I said, we haven't seen another boat today.
Killian, way to go there, buddy. Turn around, people smile. You're having a great time.
I'm having a blast. I mean, this lake trout bite's unreal, John.
Oh, this is fantastic. I mean, this is as good as going to Canada, isn't it?
It really is.
You know, when you really think about it, you know, guys drive all the way to Canada to catch lake trout like this.
And I mean, we've had great action.
And look at the Chicago skyline behind you there as you're fighting a big old lake trout. You know that?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It really is, buddy. Oh, Caleb, I'm so sorry about not having my Fravel, buddy. I really am. Can you grab them, buddy? Oh, there, nice job. Holy cow, that was cool, man. And you know, now that one is prettier than the other one.
Yeah, this one actually's got some color, so I don't know if them other fish were hanging out in some deeper water.
But look at now, that's got the pretty lake trout colors to it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a you know, it's got more color than those ones that we got earlier. They were more pale, so I don't know if they came from deeper water to feed.
Yeah.
But this one's definitely been hanging around the rocks in the structure.
I want to mention to the folks now, you're going to be guiding on a regular basis on Lake Michigan all the way from Chicago on up.
Yep.
Folks want to come out. Those are actually pretty good if you smoke them, aren't they?
Yeah, a lot of guys smoke them. I know guys that actually like to put them on the grill and they soak them in milk for about 24 hours and throw them on the grill and they say they're fantastic.
It is interesting. That was about 2 casts after you missed that last one, wasn't it?
Right, John. I mean, soon as that jig gets near bottom, I mean, be ready. Hold on to that rod.
So these fish are actually schooled and stacked up in these areas.
Oh, definitely. Along these rock short, well, these break walls more like the ones with the rocks.
Right.
Oop, oop. There are them big head shakes I was talking about.
I know. And you love those Fenwick HMG rods, don't you?
Perfect rod for this, John. Even for the walleyes in the river, that's what I have all my customers use. I mean, this rod does it all right here.
I agree with you 100%. Love those rods. Oh, look at that, man. Do you think this is a bigger fish?
Oh, yeah, John, there he is.
Okay. Can you grab him, buddy?
Yeah, we'll get him here.
Oh, that's a tough one for you. Folks, this is why you need a Fravel net. Poor old Caleb there in 36-degree water temps, bringing in a big old lake trout. And how many lake trout can a guy keep?
Down here, that's 2.
2 a day?
Yep.
Yeah, so if you bring a couple buddies, 6 lake trout.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. So those fish are stacked up in a little area up in there, and what you're doing, we're taking the drift and then we go back up and start up there. Those fish are coming in the beginning of the drift.
Pretty much, yeah, right at the tip of the break wall.
Whoever coined the phrase, less is more, wasn't much of a fisherman. He probably talked himself into a V6 when he could have got a V8, settled for 100 horsepower instead of 250, and went home empty-handed when he should have doubled down. Introducing the Solix series. From Mega Imaging to AutoChart Live to CrossTouch, Solix has all of fishing's most innovative technologies on our biggest screen ever. Because more is more. Only from Humminbird.
Folks, remember you can watch all of our shows online from the past year or two simply by going to GillespieFishing.com. That's GillespieFishing.com. On that Kalin's again, just smoked it on that Kalin's. Wow. Folks, I'll tell you what, this is some of the more exciting fishing you'll ever want to do. Look at that Fenwick rods bent in half, man. I'll tell you what, it is amazing. Whoa,
nice lake trout, John.
Man. Holy cow.
Oh, hold on here.
Okay, I know there. Turn around so the folks can see the fish and your laughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at the Kalins right there.
I'll tell you what, you know, that white Kalins, man, you and I have used that a lot out here, that 5-inch Jerko.
Definitely.
And really pretty easy to fish, and you have clients out here, they can just vertical jig that too, can't they?
Oh yeah, you get the right jig head on there and they bounce it right up and down off the bottom. And
I mean,
man,
how many is that?
I don't know.
I feel bad for Gunt, our buddy back. Gunt, you're gonna get one on this trip, right, buddy?
We'll get one here.
And that's beauty, buddy.
Nice job, John.
Yeah, and guess what?
What's that?
It's time to announce this week's winners of the Mills Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2017 Fishing Contest.
Anthony Reith of De Pere is this week's first winner. He caught this 34-inch brown trout in Milwaukee on spawn sack. Tevi Gorman of Elkhorn iced this 40-inch northern on Lake Beulah on a sausage. Bob Lubbert of Colgate, Wisconsin caught this 21-inch bass on Lake Keesis on a shiner. Tanner Hall of Portage iced this 18-inch crappie on Lake Wausau on a waxy. And this week's kids winners are Drew Christensen of Conover caught this 30-inch walleye in Vilas County on a sucker, and Nathan Killian of Waunakee, Wisconsin caught this 32-inch northern on the Wisconsin River on a shiner.
Oh my gosh, he's got a big gun.
Better one here.
Gunter's got a big. What did you switch to that Kalin's?
Yep, the Kalins finally did the trick for me.
All right, buddy. This is a really big fish too. This is a really big fish. All right, this is the biggest one of the day. Gunter doesn't catch many. He just goes for the big ones. Folks, look at the size of that lake trout. It's gigantic. Oh, a couple more turns, man. I wish we had our net. I wish we had our net.
What did I say right when we stood up on the drift, John? I said we're looking for one of them 12, 15 pounders.
There is a Chicago, Illinois lake trout right there. Oh, poor Caleb, buddy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. There you go, pal. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Gunter, get right next to Caleb now so we can hear you. And there's an interesting deal here with this fish, folks. You got to explain and talk right to Caleb. How many times did that fish hit before you caught him?
I could feel him once, like it probably tugging at the tail like this.
Yeah.
And A couple more times it felt like he kept trying to grab the whole thing, and I finally felt the full weight on him.
Wow.
I mean, this has been unreal.
And you're doing a great job up there with the ice developing on the recon there. Oh my gosh, this is a giant slob of dude too, buddy. Folks, I'll tell you what, I've been fishing a long time. This is some of the most fabulous fishing I have ever seen in my life. These fish are big and dumb.
They're just
look at that. You got them? Oh my gosh, look at that. Holy cow.
This has been unreal.
I know, I mean, it really is unreal.
Especially without a net.
Yeah, well, again, it's in my truck if you want to drive 8 miles back.
No, thank you.
No, this has been sensational. And, you know, you've been down here quite a few times fishing these lake trout. You say you can do this pretty regular.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
For the next several weeks, right?
Yeah, till that water starts to warm up and you start to build a thermocline out here, which is typically beginning of June.
I mean, world class, buddy. That's all I can say.
It really is.
For more information on fishing with Captain Caleb, call Wacky Walleye Guide Service, 920-743-5731. 743-5731.
If you fish, chances are you've used a mustad hook. That's all we use.
Mark, get him in there. Army tank there, Dale. Oh, there is a big boy. I mean, I just can't believe this, folks.
Oh, let's see him, buddy. Look at that.
That 10 seconds, though, makes a big difference, buddy.
Well, that one is a gorgeous fish.
Is that pushing 3?
It's 3. We're going to weigh it.
Mustad, the world's largest manufacturer of fishing hooks. Get the point? We did.
There's no place like this.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable. We had a great time today, though, didn't we?
Yeah, John. I'd say the last few hours we landed a lot of fish here.
Well, we came down for the perch, and the perch are going to be biting, and you're going to be down here checking that out. And you do combo lake perch lake trout trips, right?
Yeah. We'll take guys lake trout fishing and perch fishing in the same trip.
Well, that sounds good, buddy. Had a good time, all right? And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish at. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters in the Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie!
He's the fishing man, fishing